Hey there, welcome to the Loose the Mirror channel. I always want to say the Loose the Mirror show. All the years that I've been on YouTube doing this, I stay wanting to say the Loose the Mirror show. Spirit, what you trying to tell me, girl? Welcome to your love reading, your love guidance for the week. In this reading, we're going to be looking at what Spirit wants you to hear when it comes to love guidance, how to move towards the highest good in love for you, your world, and the people around you. This is either going to hit you for the moment, it might hit you for the week, it might hit you for a moment in the week. But if you're watching this, I do believe that it has something for you. Perhaps a reminder of where you've been and what's next, what's coming, or what's required of you, or what someone else you might be dealing with is maybe moving through. So that's my intention with this. That's a lot. And to put that on one card, oh boy. So anyway, we're going to get into this and ask Spirit, what do we need to know? What is the guidance that you have for us this week? For my person watching this, what is the guidance that you want them to know, you want them to remember, you want them to have when it comes to this this week? So Spirit wants me to do a pick a card. Amazing. Didn't want to do that, but here we are. Listen to your soul. Here we are, babies. Card 1, card 2, card 3. All right. Hey, card 2. This is your guidance from Spirit for the week. A reconciliation. This week, Spirit is guiding you to reconciliation. Okay. So what do you want me to do now? Tarot? All right. One more. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life, and Spirit is asking you to keep an open mind. And the bottom of the deck is give your relationship a chance. Top of the deck is, yeah, this is the card I saw at the bottom of the deck. Look, you're hot shit, all right? You're hot shit. You know you're hot shit. Give your relationship a chance. Keep an open mind about it. Keep an open mind about this person. Keep an open mind about how you might feel. Keep an open mind about what they have to say, what they don't have to say, what this energy is between you two. It may not go how you think it's going to go, but it may go how you don't think it's going to go. It may go how, there's just an energy here that things may not be what they seem. In that you might be thinking that this is a waste of time, but sometimes it's not maybe worth it to burn all those bridges or burn them as hard as they need to be burned. Here, Spirit's kind of saying like your guidance this week is to give something a chance. Give a relationship a chance. Give someone a chance. This is someone who is from your past, and your soulmate may differ from the usual type and expectations. You giving this person a chance of listening to them, or you having a moment to just relax and be in this receptive energy to see what the energy they have to give. If you watched this week's weekly guidance, the one that came out for the same time period, it was about giving and receiving, exchanging gifts. And this really, I feel like you should go watch that, because this is an energy of receptivity. Reconciliation is receptivity, opening yourself up to see what this person is bringing, what energy they're bringing, what they're really saying. I am going to read reconciliation because nobody reads that. This card indicates that an ex-lover may be re-entering your life. The first person you think of is likely who it will be. The purpose of this reconciliation is to achieve healing and closure with respect to your past. And that's something I'm getting as well, where it's like, see what energy they're giving and really be open to truly listen and receive what they are saying, not what you think they're saying. And that might be difficult for some of you, because for me to continue going like top deck, bottom deck, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership, top deck, religious factors, chemistry, it keeps going underneath. There's some resistance here, and that's fine. That's totally fine. Luce, I don't want him back in my life. That's fine. That's fine. Blues, I do want him back in my life. Okay, cool, that's fine also. But keep an open mind, you know, keep things a little bit fluid. See what they have to say. Listen to that general guidance, because there's some guidance in there that you might really need to hear if it relates to this particular area of your life. But be open to see what. You will understand more about yourself and see your relationship patterns more clearly. You'll also take responsibility for the role you played in the relationship's drama, which will free you from the tyranny of unforgiveness. Reconciliations are ultimately about taking care of unfinished business. This card also could possibly mean making peace with a family member or a friend. Each relationship is a sacred learning experience, so be open to this reunion's lessons and blessings. Ultimately, all healings will help your love life and every other part of your world, because like I say, everything is connected. I mean, that's what I have for you, like 555 when I saw that. So it's a pretty big change. It might ask you to flex the muscle of not having to talk all the time, or having to really listen and hear them, and also a moment for you to hear yourself and see what it is for you that's coming up in this reunion or this reconciliation when it comes to your love life, how it might affect, you know, the other people in your life, and how it might affect the longevity of your life, and how much time you've spent on this thinking about this. So I mean, do I need to do that? I don't want to do that. So this is your love guidance for the week. I do encourage you to listen to the other piles, because this was supposed to be one reading. So maybe they have something else for you as it pertains to love in this week or this moment or something. But give, you know, your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. So give someone a chance. Give a moment a chance to see what it could be and to heal. Healing might come in a surprising way. Okay, what do you want me to do, bro? I will pull from the tarot. It wants me to just do that. So, anything you want to say in terms of guidance in this situation? This reconciliation? The Ace of Swords. So, again, I think this really doesn't say more than the Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It doesn't say more than what we've talked about. It really just punctuates it and goes, you know, being receptive to hearing or even speaking your piece and saying what you need to say. The Ace of Swords on the positive is you could become the paladin or sage you've always yearned to be. This is only achievable by overcoming personal limitations and showing character, reason, and ability to speak intelligently. Victory awaits you, but with it may come new challenges and unexpected events, so be prepared. On the negative, it says, assess your strengths and do not prevaricate against those with whom you will have confrontations. This card betokens power and wit, but it does not entitle you to aggressiveness, vanity, or abuse of those you wish to fight. Other people may exploit your weaknesses in retaliation. So if and when this person or this arrangement comes about for you in this week or the coming days or in this moment, try not to gloat. Try not to be on your high horse. Try not to do that, because then that just turns something ugly into something uglier if it's been ugly. Try to do the best you can to, again, really just be receptive, listen, hear what someone has to say, hear what you have to say as a result, and try to speak intelligibly as opposed to being on the attack. There might be some attacks here as well, really depending on the dynamic here, but you can say the same thing or express the same sentiment, but when it's expressed in anger as opposed to as neutral as one can get, and I say that with very meticulous wording, as neutral as one can get, there is a different energy and vibe that comes from that, and being able to talk at that level of being at more of a neutral level than one of anger or sadness or something insidious. Okay, so I wish you everything. I really do. Let me know how this goes. Shoot. Keep your light on and good luck. Hey pal 3, I do encourage you to watch the rest of the reading, just because this is supposed to be a one-off. But Spirit said, nah, only if you're called to. The card that you have this week in regards to your love energy for your highest good of you and the highest good of all is forgiving and learning in the protection position. So let's get something more to clarify this. Can you clarify this energy of forgiving and learning for my person here? Amazing. Children. Okay. When I tell you there's cards that I want to delete from this deck, it's children, it's forgiving and learning, it's healing family issues, and who else? Playfulness, maybe? I know there's one more, but those three, real talk. Maybe even religious factors, because what? But, I love religious factors. But my meaning is not the meaning. Anyway, when it comes to your guidance this week, your guidance this week is to do some inner child work. Your guidance this week in love is to maybe hang around children. If you see children, hang around them. In a joyful and conducive way. If you have nieces, nephews, children of your own, just kind of hang around them and watch them, see how they move, see how they interact, study them, and if you can, enjoy play with them as well. Let your inner child also, have a scream, have a laugh, be tended to, and to play with other children, so that it can feel that love and that joy and that innocence of that. Your love life might be affected by children this week, and if that's what it is, then that's what it is. Your guidance is to choose children in the way that supports them, their growth, and their healthiness. So if there's a love situation in your world and there are children involved, choose them and what's good for them. If you have children, make choices from what would be the best for them in the long term, and maybe even in the short term as well, in a good way. Okay. Forgiving and learning to me in this position can be someone who is finally sort of healing themselves on the inside, or someone who's really struggling with healing themselves on the inside. At the same time, that could be two sides of the same coin. Someone who's really struggling to heal themselves might be on that pinnacle of healing themselves, that turning point, that apex where it reaches that high point of this is really, really sucky, and then they pop over into the downward slope and entering into the second phase of healing, which is the releasing. So for you, when it comes to your love energy, there's a healing that Spirit is calling for you to take place, and Spirit is watching over you like its child. You're not going to be abandoned, and you're not abandoned. I'm sure if you look around in the world, you'll see all sorts of ways that Spirit has been talking to you, communicating with you, and protecting you and loving you in this space if you open your eyes a little bit more. So let's see what else Spirit wants, how else Spirit wants to clarify this message in terms of love guidance. If you are married to someone, or you have kids with someone, or you want to have kids with someone, I don't know how that works, but there's something here, about closing chapters, closing, forgiving, moving through it because of children, because of them, and what's best for them. It may be if you have a partner who you have a child with, or a former partner, or what have you, not doing things in front of the children, right? Not trying to make this person look bad in front of the children out of your own ego, or out of trying to make them seem some type of way. If this person has hurt children, then, obviously cut them off, or do what needs to be done so the children aren't affected to the worst way, not you being affected, but truly thinking about the children here. If you don't have kids, baby, I'm sorry. I'm talking a lot about kids right now. To me, this feels about closing some cycles as well, with this forgiving and learning, and the world coming out here. The world is coming out on the positive side, which is really, really good. So perhaps you have reached a certain point in your healing this week, or Spirit is saying, hey, congratulations, like you are done with the heavy lifting of your world. Your inner child is smiling at you. Your inner child is well fed. Your inner child is happy. Your inner child is saying hi. Your inner child is saying, hey, you go play. Like, I'll sit down. Like, I'll sit here and eat my food, or I'll sit here and chill out. Like, you can go do that thing, you know, because children have to be watched constantly. And, you know, it's almost like your inner child is going, okay, hey, like, go do that. Like, I'll just be here, okay? You do that. And they come check. Children can be really cute. So I feel like with this world coming out, Spirit might be encouraging you to say, hey, you have crossed over. The worst is over. And moving forward, only the best. No, not maybe only the best, but moving forward, you've moved through, you know, the worst. I want to read this world to you because I feel like it's quite important. A great cycle is nearing its conclusion, or has already found its end. Life needs new beginnings and conclusions, and you must take stock of the past and use its energy to immerse yourself in the future. What new paradigm do you want to experience? In which direction will your world go, and in which horizon of consciousness will you walk? Everything is possible for those who are willing to choose. Complete success and absolute fullness lead to the conclusion of major problems and the happy resolution of them in peace and happiness. A condition of ecstasy and a break from worries could arrive. On the other hand, the future is malleable like clay. The fulfilled life depends on the right desires and the ability to rejoice together with the planet. Okay. So, I feel like looking at this world card, you might be waking up more refreshed this week and not really know why. But I feel like it's because your spirit is lighter. You know, there's a sense of peace that's come upon you that has traveled a very long way. It's a little bit malnourished. It needs some food. It needs something to eat. It needs somewhere to rest and relax and take a bath. But there's peace here moving forward. There's a nice innocence that's gracing your week. And choose innocence this week. Choose, again, what will make your inner child happy and feel good and feel safe and loved. And actually practice what you have learned from your lessons as well. Okay, from what you've been through in your life and all the things that have brought you here. What have you learned? And practice those. Okay, I wish you everything. I really do, honey. Keep your light on and good luck. Bye-bye. Hey, Pal 1. Pal 1, what is the love guidance for you this week that... kill the bug. I'm so sorry. That you needed to hear when you clicked on this video. I would urge you to watch the whole thing. I did not step into this video to do a pick a card, but here we are. So there might be something else in those other messages for you when it comes to your love life that you needed to hear. So here we have express your love as the energy that is coming up for you in the reverse. There's something here that you may be holding back when it comes to your love life. Are you holding back your desires? Are you holding back, have you been holding back your joy? Have you been holding back your happiness in fear that once you express it, it'll be gone and yanked away from you? Have you been hiding your displeasure in order to get along in your love life? Have you been essentially just hiding Seven of Swords style? You know, something that is actually in your heart guiding your movements, but you're not doing it because fear of it being taken away from you if you express joy, or fear of it ruining a vibe that you have if you want to express something that you don't like, right? It's discomfort or whatever the case may be, like just not expressing yourself in the way that you really, really want to. Is it expressing displeasure? Is it expressing dislike? Is it actually telling somebody that you're not interested? Is it actually telling somebody that you are interested and you just want to know if you're on the same page, or you want to know what page they're at? You know, is it just fear of facing a situation here? So let's see what else. Can you clarify this message as guidance? Because here, I want to see what else the guidance is saying. Let go of control issues. You can't control everything. So engagement, you absolutely cannot control anything. The top of the deck, separation. This is what I thought was going to come out here. Man, Spirit's really out here. I thought separation was this card, actually. The let go of control issues. That was separation. What I'm going to say here for you, my friend, is you cannot control everything. You cannot control, nor do you know how someone else is really always going to act. Sometimes we do, right? Sometimes we really do. But that comes from our past experiences with that person. And sometimes people don't know how they're going to act. So how are you supposed to know how they're going to act? There's something here about you letting go of control issues in the form of holding back, because you don't want the world to crumble when you open your mouth. Oddly enough, I'm pretty sure I went to sleep last night with the imagery from Dogma, such a bomb-ass movie. I need to find it and watch it. Of Dogma, the moment where God herself comes, descends from the church, and she opens her mouth, and just, God does not have a voice, or God does, but God has a voice in the form of an angel. The voice of God is the angel. And that angel, played by the late Alan Rickman, who is hopefully with God, resting in peace, he is the speaker on behalf of God, because God's voice is too powerful that human ears, cannot human system cannot comprehend the voice of God. So in today's age, we have the Holy Spirit, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Father made flesh in the Son, and the Father made Spirit in the Holy Spirit. So we can let's look. Look, I could go on. I love my religious boy. So what I'm saying here is, you don't have the voice of God. You might be afraid that if you speak up, you'll ruin everything. You'll wake up the beast. You'll shake things up. And you might. But Spirit's kind of saying that's not entirely wrong, in that it will move things forward. It'll move things in a way that things need to go. It'll help you separate yourself from whatever situation in your love world you've been in, because you need to sort of speak up. You need to express yourself. You need to make the move. You need to let go of the control issues of holding on, of holding back, and maybe say something. Be the one to break the ice. Be the one to engage, and therefore separate from this maybe stalemate energy, or I don't know, separate from this prison that you've put yourself in, or that you find yourself in. That you find yourself in due to wanting to control the discourse, the dialogue, by not saying anything. Also, if you are in a situation where you do have opportunities to speak up, go ahead. Let go of control issues and allow the situation to unfold with your voice as an active participant in the situation as well, not just a passive observer or receiver. This is, for you to give the gift of your love, your concern, your whatever. And what we have to understand is, excuse me, Jesus. This is for the good of all. So things, when we apply for a job and we don't get it, it definitely sucks for us. But that's, whomever they hired, we have to believe that it's for the good of all. If they hired us, it would also be for the good of all. It's a really great exercise in being, for those of us that are ashamed or embarrassed or guilty over having what we have, it's for the good of all. And how can you make that be good for everybody? But I digress, baby. I'm going all the way off tangent. Basically, when it comes to this situation in your love world, or when it comes to your love life, make the first move. This is you online. Go ahead and, message the person first. Ask them for the date. Ask them for how they're doing. Ask them for what the situation is between you two. Ask them out. Ask them for, make a move. Stop, you cannot control everything. And it is sometimes for us to be the ones to initiate certain events in the lives of all of us in order to move the greater collective forward. So what else do you want to say in this guidance? Can you clarify this guidance a bit more from my person here? The devil. Oh, okay. Yeah. Get out of here. Look. What is the devil? In this deck, the devil is very different from some of the other decks. The devil in this deck carries a seed of true sort of devil energy. I'm gonna read it to you. I feel like that's just gonna be better for me to read it to you, because it really does carry like pure devil energy. Anyway. So the devil here says, to better understand light and faith, you must travel in darkness and despair. You must lose your sense of right to find it again. The devil tests you, seduces you. Oh, yeah, very much. I completely know what this is. And that's what I was trying to beat around the bush earlier. So I'm being called out by spirit. I'm being called out by spirit here. Oh, damn. Look, when I was saying that whole job interview thing, it does suck when we don't get that job. It does suck when in love we think we said something to ruin something between me and someone else. It sucks when we think, oh, I never should have brought that up, because then maybe we never would have broken up, or maybe they would have continued to, we could have continued pretending. Like what it is essentially you instigating a tower moment. You speaking from a place that whether or not it's looked at as a good thing for you to do that or a bad thing more morally, when it comes to the greater good and the higher good of you and the other person, it essentially may have been for you to speak out of turn, because that was what you would have been guided to do anyway. You were guided to stick around with someone, or, it was a part of your journey to stick around with someone in a way so that you really got that lesson built inside of you to know not to take advantage of yourself, or not allow yourself to be taken advantage of, or to know how to identify proper situations of when this is going to be disadvantageous to me, because you have that muscle memory and you go, this is too familiar. Nah. So with this devil energy, and I'm really like this deck really gets in there. It really goes through that fool's journey of sometimes, like you do go through the darkness, you do go through the despair, you do go through toxic things, you do go through just kind of nasty stuff that we do as people, nasty stuff that you've done or have thought about doing. That type of behavior sometimes, but it's still part of your journey. It's just once you are through that muck, do you continue to be in that muck or do you not? Right? So let me continue reading that. So I don't know what it is that you have to say that maybe you've been stopping yourself from saying, but it's almost like let the shit flat, like let the shit run. Let the shit run. The devil tests you, seduces you, gives you much, and takes away much. You have knowledge of the night, ideas that others reject. You do things that many people don't dare to even think of. Pushed to extremes, this could cost you dearly in terms of mental health and social acceptance. You have forgotten the light of the world and how to turn it on inside you. You may be hypnotized by pleasure and subjugated by the magnetism of others. You may have addictions to substances, be enslaved by money and crave power and glory that you don't fully deserve. The journey through the underworld should teach you a lot if you survive to emerge again. So whatever this is for you in your love world, my friend, there's something that you might need to get off your chest, because it may be keeping you down in this devil energy. Nobody wants to be here. Some people do shit. Some people do and they love it. But I have a feeling that there's something that you need to express, something that you need to move through, letting go of the reins you've been holding, the grudges maybe, the energy, the shoving down of someone's face, the looking down on someone, the even, looking up at someone, putting them on a pedestal. That kind of behavior is no longer conducive to you. And there's something about it that you need to let go and see where the chips fall from that action. I'm gonna leave you with that. That's a week. I wish you everything. This was pretty heady, but I'm sure there's a way that you could dumb it down for just everyday type occurrences. I feel like this is, again, I'm kind of getting like a work situation, but let me not do the work. I'll do the work. It's a situation where, your boss says something, and because it's your boss or someone higher up, you don't want to speak up and say, no, I think that's wrong. I think this is another way that we could do it. That's this sort of energy, putting someone up on a pedestal. Putting someone up on a pedestal and dating is where you put them up on a pedestal and you think they're better than you, that they deserve more than you, and you don't deserve something good or, whatever. And so you don't ask them the things that you want to know, or you don't broach the subject because it's going to be weird. It's going to be scary. Hey, do you have an STI, STD? Can we talk about that? Hey, I have an STI, STD. Can we talk about that? Hey, this is what I come with. Hey, what do you come with? Because those are very uncomfortable situations. But continuing to be in a certain space that doesn't move you forward. Or looking down at somebody, and not giving them, the chance or the attention that they blah, blah, blah. So either way, my friends, I wish you everything. I really do. I hope that this works out for you this week, this moment, or in the days ahead. Good luck.